Mm-hmm.
It is Thursday's edition of Daily Bread, coming at you live right at 4:25 on the East Coast. We're feeling good today because you always know we got those winners coming back at you. Had a solid night last night. We keep just stacking the profit day on, day out on Daily Bread. So you already know we got you covered with your best hoops, college, and pro best bets of the day. Also, we'll probably have to get back into the trade deadline possibly at the end of the show. So don't you worry about that unless you get us off the rails quickly. That's where we're going to save all of that talk for the end. So if you don't want to hear two Sixers fans talk about the trade deadline, you just have to wait till the end of the show. So you'll be able to know after you get about 6 to 8 plays tonight in college hoops and the NBA. But as you already know, the show is powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to checking out that at the bottom.
Enjoy the bottom, you fucking brown sexual.
See, it's already there. It didn't even take 3 minutes.
Imagine a fucking brown sexual gets in the comments and gotta watch him enjoy the fucking bottom and watch LeBron chase fucking records. Enjoy the fucking projects, bro. You and the pitchfork riders for LeBron. Fuck all of y'all. Appreciate you tuning in though, my brother. Thank you.
So as you already know, we're live on the Daily Bread Media on Twitter. So make sure to be giving us a follow there and throw that episode a like and a retweet. Helps us get it out there to all the people to help us beat the books together. And then, as you already know, we got the best chat on YouTube. They're already firing in. Our main man, Kevin C., he was hype and ready. He's got that same energy we do, feeding off it. We've been talking to him and our server. So, Kevin C., it's a good day to have a good day. It is a Jersey day. Sosa's got the little bit of the newer one. I got the best Sixers logo that they've had out there.
That is correct. He does have the better jersey. I have the newer jersey. This is a Thibault jersey.
Yeah, when the NBA is still sponsored by Reebok, that's how
I really want to
how
talk.
old it is.
Can we just talk about that first? Can we just talk about the elephant in the room? What happened today? Can we just get to that first, and then we can get on to the place, please? Please. It's that big of a deal. We got to lead the show off with it.
Go for it.
I have said on this show before that if Ben Simmons was to get traded, I'll be rolling with him. I lied. Let's keep it real here, man. My biggest fear for the organization was losing Ben Simmons and not getting ample compensation for an all-star under the age of 30. One, you got James Harden to immediately opt in, so it's not a 3-month rental. He's gonna be on the team next year, and we'll extend him.
Yep.
So that gives us a level of stability outside of just Joel Embiid, who the entire organization is completely hinged on, right? But to have an all-star who can get his own offense, make everybody around him better, and is easily the best, most talented player that Joel Embiid will have ever had around him since he's been in Philadelphia, this is a win for the Philadelphia 76ers, okay? It's a win. You didn't have to give up Maxey. You didn't have to give up Thibault. You gave up Seth, who can't guard a soul, and Brooklyn won't even use him in the playoffs. Because when Joe Harris comes back and it's Kyrie and Patty Mills, where is Seth going to even fall in the rotation?
8th.
Exactly. But it sounds good. It sounds good today to talk about it, but Seth won't even see the fucking floor once Joe Harris comes back. So he's useless. Andre Drummond's on a 1-year prove-it deal. He was leading the league in rebounds the last 4 seasons. And
I'm happy I can watch the Sixers again since he's off the team.
Hey, like I said, the truth is the truth.
I think it's more of where you didn't lie. It was you did not expect in the offseason or at any point for the Sixers to get the proper return on investment for moving
absolutely
Simmons.
not.
But now that they did, why would you ditch the franchise when it just continued to get worse and worse? I mean, Harden going to be crying, Doc Rivers and them going to choke in Game 7, yada, yada, yada. We'll get there when we get there if that does end up happening. But why you try to talk off what Sosa said? You have one of the best playmakers out there. The pick and roll might not be featured as much as you need, but these two guys are going to be able to get to the line. And now we have a scoring guard, which is what the Sixers and how they got bounced off every single year in the playoffs is lacking that spot.
Yeah. And I'm not, again, Harden's gonna quit. Y'all can say whatever you want. We haven't seen James Harden with a player as talented as this since KD in his prime when he started off in OKC.
And Sosa or I never said championship or anything like that. We're just hyped to see good, clean, offensive basketball with two of the best offensive players up there.
Yeah.
And if Harden's washed and he's still almost averaging a triple-double, okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's still an elite playmaker. He's still an elite scorer. And the team didn't lose anybody in the rotation outside of Seth fucking Curry. I am not sad. There's no way for you to possibly get me to feel upset or be unhappy. We got equal and fair compensation. I don't give a fuck about those 2 first-round picks. If it's in the late 20s, who gives a fuck? It's like,
why would we want to draft Jaden Springer again? Try to poison Zaire Smith?
Why would you give a fuck? Like why, who cares? Those late 20s picks don't matter unless you're Memphis. They're the only team that seems to hit on all of their draft picks.
We hit Maxey in that around that spot. That was about it. But in those other times, we took Zaire Smith, Jaden Springer. We took a bunch of players that never played NBA minutes.
Exactly. We don't draft well anyway. Outside of Maxey, like we don't draft well anyway. And Thibault was an absolute steal. So we didn't have to lose either of those players. Like that's why it's such a big deal, right? Swiss cheese on defense. He's better every night, but he better be on every night on the offensive end. K-Raw, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
The way we'll wrap it up, and we'll get back into it. John Law said exactly. He took the words right out of my mouth. Still scared as fuck of the Bucks. I'm still scared of them as of right now. Until I see some games, a little afraid of trying to stop them on defense. Well, Thibault's definitely going to have the defensive series of his career, and we got to hope Drew just isn't offensive and a game changer. But they're the team I'm afraid of right now. Nobody really else.
Hey, like I said, as a Sixer fan, I'm extremely happy that we got an all. And listen, this is something that people tend to forget. Listen, 2 teams can trade and they both can win in the trade. Like it doesn't have to be a loser here now. All right. The Nets get a level of stability to move forward. They get a Ben Simmons who's an elite playmaker and defender. That's 25 years old. Was he 20? He might have just turned 26. But he's 25.
No, he turned 25 this past summer.
Right. So he's 25 years old. So they get in return a future, something in which they didn't have outside of they didn't really have a young star. I mean, Kyrie's on the other side of 30, and we don't even know how long he wants to play. Like what's his
and the Nets do win because one of their biggest issues was rebounding. Ben's good at that. Another huge issue they had was defending any type of small forward. Got another good spot there. And he's a guy that can thrive if they just have all those shooters outside around him and just don't have a big threat. So Ben might be playing 5 for them come the playoffs.
Hey, and
that's where I think if you're really going to sell out and the Nets have the shooters around them with Patty Mills, with Seth and everyone, that's the way I see it working.
K-Raw asked, do you think you guys should have waited until the offseason instead of trading Ben within?
No, because those players weren't coming back next season anyway.
Right. Drummond and Curry weren't going to be on the roster next year anyway, so you don't lose anything by them being gone. And then
the backup center is a little bit of a concern right now, though. I can say that.
Here's the thing. Next year, listen, when Joel Embiid is playing this great, there is no next year. You want to win now. Like that's what people are forgetting. Listen, we're watching Joel Embiid play some of the best basketball you've ever seen in your life, ever in the history of the game. To do what he's doing right now is insane. Okay? You're now pairing him with the best offensive force he's ever had next to him and best playmaker he's ever had next to him. I love Ben Simmons, but he's not going to convince me he's a better playmaker than James Harden. It's a guy that's led the league in assists 4 times. I must be forgetting something, or people must have forgotten the caliber of basketball player that James Harden is, even when he's not scoring the ball.
Is it an uninvested Harden? Is it a banged up Harden? Because he definitely has injuries. You can say that, but we've seen he's at the best when he doesn't have the other pieces that are small forwards or guards that need the ball in his hands. When he's with the dominant big man, he's made Capella millions of dollars. Capella basically, I mean, he is a good center. I'm not trying to hate on Capella, but he broke out when he was getting just doubles from just getting alley-oop after alley-oop. I'm not thinking we're going to see that with Joel and them right off the bat, but let's get into plays. We'll get back to this at the end. We're already 10 minutes in.
Put up Roddy's car. See, the thing about the old days is they the old days. You feel me? It ain't today. You feel me? I'm glad you mentioned that, my boy. That's why I'm a fan of your content, and I'm glad you tune into ours.
And I think
it's like that.
We could be seeing Roddy's face potentially tomorrow on the airwaves with us as well.
Ooh, interesting. His Hawks did absolutely fucking nothing. Dan, he's not really banged up, bro. There's nothing wrong with him. He ain't want to. People keep realizing like this is what everyone keeps calling it quitting. All right, let me explain something to you. Okay, man to man, face to face. Listen to Sosa real quick. Just listen,
and then we'll get to the plays, and then we'll get back to this.
Yeah, no, just listen to this real quick. He went to Houston. Then they fucking traded everybody, and he wanted to leave. Okay, check, right? Gets to Brooklyn. It's supposed to be him, KD, and Kyrie. KD can't stay healthy. Kyrie can't stay healthy, and don't want to get the vaccine. Right? This ain't what I signed up for. That's all James Harden was saying. Like, this ain't what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to be James Harden from Houston. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
But all you dickheads on the internet want to keep saying he fucking quit. No. He got lied to. He got fucking bamboozled by Brooklyn. We're going to bring you in, and there are going to be 2 Hall of Famers who can score the ball right next to you. And he got 15 fucking games of that. But you dickheads on the fucking internet want to lie and blame it on him. Look at who the fuck he was playing with. You think he signed up to play with Nick Claxton, Patty Mills, fucking Cam Thomas? Shut the fuck up forever if you think that. You look stupid saying shit like that.
I won't stand for the Cam Johnson slander because he's leading the rookies with 20 points.
He didn't fucking quit.
That's about it. The rest of your game. But yeah, no one's showing up to play with the 27th overall rookie drafted, but that still stings that. I really wanted Cam at 28. But let's get to the plays and then we'll go back.
Imagine you signed up to play with KD and Kyrie, right?
And Blake Griffin.
And you fucking got to pass it to Blake Griffin, J-Ron Sharp, Kessler Edwards. Like, you motherfuckers don't watch basketball. Y'all don't watch ball. And for you to say he quit, you wouldn't want to play with Kessler fucking Edwards either. Like, I don't give a fuck if KD's coming back. Stop lying. Y'all need to stop getting on the internet and fucking lying. Let's get to those college basketball plays. That's what they really pulled up for. Let's get to the money, dog. Come on.
Yeah, we'll do plays. Then we'll get back to talk at the end. Sorry for having to do that. I thought we could make it to the end, but obviously we cannot.
Go ahead. Let's get to it, man. Shout out to those Nebraska Cornhuskers that came through for us on the money line last night. It's an easy move, easy bet.
Yes, sir. And Goose and Steven, our paid for play guys, had a great time at that Rutgers Ohio State game. That late defense, Rutgers played in the rack to hold it down to get the boys having a good night. Always happy when they're there, and Rutgers is 2-0 and paid for plays in the building. So Rutgers, if you want to get into our handle and our DMs, we can show up whenever you need us to. But for today's bets, we all like late night games today. So I hope you want to stay up late with me and sweat some action. We'll start it off in the order of the time. So the 9 p.m. tip is the first one I'm going to. I am taking the under 139.5 between Oregon and Stanford here. This is the time to be buying into Oregon. So if you want to lay that 8 or 9 points, what it's currently hanging between on your books, go for it. Cannot argue that spot. This is when Altman has his squad show up. This is also when they turn up the defense defensively, so you could target the Stanford team total. But full game here, it's going to be a little bit of a slower pace game. Stanford won't break 63 points, under 139.5. Oregon's offense, they could break this one open and get us 80 plus, but I think we'll keep it nice and low for us here.
Absolutely.
What else we got in the comments? Shout out D-Rock, got that Houston team total over.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yes, sir. I got George Mason game was pretty sweaty, and our boys San Jose State, they covered that huge plus 17, probably the grossest bet we gave out. So my next 2 plays are IUPUI plus 19 and Pacific plus 33. No, I'm kidding. I would
I
never
know you're
do that to
lying.
you
As
guys.
soon as you start saying IUPUI, I'm like, this guy's full of shit.
If I tried to make my card any bit grosser than it was yesterday, those would be my 2 plays to see.
Jesus Christ. This guy said that they don't even have a roster. They're looking for intramural guys to pull up.
Next game we're going to fade BYU here. We're going to back Loyola Marymount +7. Both of these BYU's on a 4-game losing skid. Loyola Marymount's on a 5-game losing skid. So you got both teams that need to get here. BYU's going to get off to Schneid and probably win this one here. I don't see them winning by double digits. Where BYU can break this one out is if they just want to drive and get the close twos the entire game. But I'm not worried about that because that's where Loyola Marymount's defense the weakest. BYU only attempts 28.8% of close twos. They like to shoot it from deep in the further twos, so that's why I think Loyola Marymount will be able to hang in there tough. Yes, you see that Tulane layup last night?
Did I?
My thing is don't sprint if you're going to walk it in. I guess he didn't think the big guy was going to come over and he just had it free, but
just a super trash, just a trash inning. I have one play tonight in college basketball, and that is the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders versus the Old Dominion. What's Old Dominion's? What is Old Dominion's thing? What are
they're the fucking? They have a huge ass lion.
No, they're the Monarchs.
Yes. Yeah, it's a lion.
It's a lion. All right. Well, we're rocking with Middle Tennessee State -5.5 at the crib. They've won 8 of 9. I think that this is just a matchup at home where they come out and they run ODU out the gym. -5.5 at -105. Shout out Middle Tennessee.
That's it's a bad matchup for ODU here, trying to defend the 3 because Middle Tennessee, they attempt 44% of their shots from deep. And Old Dominion, they rank 288th of the 358 teams in the nation in three-point defense, where they allow teams to shoot 36% from deep. So we expect them to go there. And then if Middle Tennessee, if they ain't falling from deep, that 2-point offense is 50th in the nation, and ODU doesn't have the inside there. They do have some size that could maybe give Middle some issues, but Middle, they're a 4-guard, 4-and-out team, so like it there. Who said that? Lurk, God, T. Good. All right. Like that there. Last game was 97-91 when Citadel played UNC Greensboro. Can't really doubt it when it's sitting at over 139 and they put up 180 the last game. Yingling is a great beer. It's always wild that that's not like a thing outside of like the big Northeast, or it's like a delicacy out there. It's just water at this point.
Yeah, you ain't lying, bro. If you ever I living on the West Coast, you really realize how much like Yingling owns the East Coast, or like just the Northeast, because like no, and this is no lie, they would raffle. Like I would go to San Francisco 49er bars. Like if you go to like an Eagle bar on the West Coast, they'll do 50-50 raffles for 6 packs of Yingling. I'm so serious. I'm not.
Yeah, it's so funny that it's a delicacy. It's just been the go-to.
It's crazy because just like on the West Coast, nobody gives a fuck about Lagunitas. Like that's like the house beer. Like everyone has Lagunitas. Everything on the West Coast. On the East Coast, you'll be hard pressed to find a bunch of places that have Lagunitas or like an IPA from Lagunitas.
Yep.
You didn't know. Oh, you didn't know craft beer Sosa existed, huh?
No, Sosa's all about that wine though.
There's something.
Hey, I'm not touching that Duke game. If you had to force something in it, I don't want to lay the 6 with Duke. You had to get the Clemson at 8. The last one I'm playing, late night tip, midnight. We're back in Hawaii. -3.5. It's sitting out there at 4. You have to play it because if that's your number, I need that to win. You just push in the one spot. Long Beach State's on the 8-game winning streak. And what it is Hawaii on the island and the conference. They've yet to drop a game there. They've covered this 3.5 or 4. And in every of their home games in conference except for the 1. Hawaii's efficient defense should stop Long Beach down. Long Beach relies on that tempo as they play with the top 25 pace, and Hawaii's completely on the other side there. So it might be a little bit of a longer drawn-out game, but Long Beach, 2 half-court defense, especially close to the rim. Don't like it. Hawaii's going to win by 10 tonight.
Let's go. Obviously, the trade deadline stuff ran long. I only have 2 looks in the NBA. That was 3 for college for you. You doing a 4th, or you just on 3 today?
I'll have an NBA play for us. We're 3-0 this week on the NBA plays. I played 1 NBA play each day. I got to give another one for the people.
All right. Hey, we got to keep it going. For the NBA tonight, I'm gonna keep it short. All my props will be on Discord. But as far as the two bets that I love tonight, I'm taking the Memphis Grizzlies to cover the 11.5. The Grizzlies just be beating the shit out of teams like casually. they casually beat the fuck out of everyone. Especially teams they're supposed to beat. Minus 11.5 should be a walkthrough. Detroit is not trying to win. They're not equipped to win. Cade Cunningham's not playing. The roster's trash. The coach is a moron. I think they're just praying that they can tank this year and next year and end up with Imani Bates because he's from Michigan. I honestly believe that's the structural strategy of this organization right now. And so, yeah, that's why I'm 100% on Memphis. I'm fading the fuck out of the Detroit Pistons. And the second play I like tonight is a double up. I'm taking the Milwaukee Bucks plus 3.5 at minus 110. And I'm taking the Milwaukee Bucks money line at plus 130 in a rematch of the NBA Finals. Like I said, y'all know I'm a Sixer fan. My point that I've made explicitly to people that I believe the best team in the NBA is the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, there are teams with more star power, and I say that kind of like just cautiously because they have 3 all-star caliber players in Milwaukee. The thing is that the team is just so unbelievably deep. They're 12 deep. They everyone can play, everyone can shoot. Bobby Portis gotten even fucking better. They just went and got Serge Ibaka today just because they could. So that the team is insane. The Milwaukee Bucks are insane, and they're hitting their stride at the right time. They're hitting their stride right now, and they're playing great basketball on both ends of the floor. And this is the mark of now when when Milwaukee's doing well. Milwaukee went on the road, and I keep referencing this. This road trip last year. Yeah, we are. It is what it is, man. I can't be mad at the move because they won a championship without him playing last year, which really made him dispensable. Like that's what it boils down to. Had DiVincenzo not gotten hurt, he'd have probably played a bigger role as far as like defending perimeter players because he's good defensively. But in this situation, the Bucks made the right move. Serge Ibaka is a player that spreads the floor at the 4, can play the 5 if you go small ball 5, or you can move Giannis to the 5, and you can play him. You could play him, Portis, and Giannis, which is crazy because then you won't be able to get a rebound. And then you still have the possibility of Brook Lopez returning. Like, this team can murder you on the boards, can play defense, defend the rim, and they can score efficiently. Like there's no weakness to this Milwaukee Bucks team. None.
Nope.
There's none. Like
That's why it's the team I'm the most scared of in the NBA right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to search for a weakness. If y'all can find one, tell me.
It's got to be the coach.
But you can't even say that. We just saw.
I know. That's what I'm just saying. If I had to nitpick and pick one, I'm going to say it's the coach.
Like look
at their center. Maybe their center too.
Bro, look at the team though. Like
I know.
Weakness, like I'm really sitting here and just think of the roster. Like they're not missing anything. And they play in a system. Like they have a bunch of players that fit a system that are good. I mean, I love what Phoenix is doing, and what Phoenix does looks good. Like what Phoenix is doing this year looks great. But just for anybody watching and listening, has Chris Paul ever not played well in the regular season? Has he ever not been good has a Chris Paul team ever not been good in the regular season since his rookie year coming in the NBA?
I don't think so.
Okay, but we do know that last year
they never made it. Yeah,
he got past the second round of the playoffs, right?
Yep.
And the one time he got to the conference finals, that was the first time he got there without James Harden and Houston, because they got to the conference finals the 1 year in Houston when he was there. So, like I said, those are my NBA plays. I'm not doing props for the show today, but Memphis, Milwaukee. If you're scared, take the 3.5. I think Milwaukee can boat race these boys. And I'm not taking anything away from Phoenix, but last year Giroux missed this game, and yeah, it's just players mark shit off like this on their calendar. And Giroux gives Devin Booker hell. We saw him give Devin Booker absolute hell in the finals. I like Van Vliet play. Kyrie over 27.5. Bro, Washington is so bad. I would not play Kyrie's points tonight because Washington just sucks. So I could see them end up beating the fuck out of Washington. Even just look at what Washington's yielding as a roster. They're terrible.
Well, without Dinwiddie there, I mean, it's not like he was doing much. That's a tough one. So for my bet of the night, it came down between two games here. One's a dog, one's a favorite. I feel like I just have to go with the favorite. I'll talk both of them because the lean will hit. So whatever one's not official should have been the play to keep it 4 straight days with an NBA winner.
Right.
But we're going to lay the 6. If you have the 6.5, do it with the Mavs tonight against the Clippers with the Baca trade. And right now, the Clips, one of their biggest angles when the defense gets hot. So games after where they just allowed 90 points, it goes under because it's 1-4 to the season. They've done it 5 times and they're 5-0 ATS. Once Kidd gets them rolling right into defense until someone breaks and puts in the new mesh, Dallas keeps it rolling. I like the -6, -110 for them.
I'm with you 100% simply because this Clippers, listen, to win on the road, you need your superstars. To be consistent on the road, you need your superstars. The Clippers won a couple games at the crib, but for them to they have to be successful on the road to be a team that is something coming here. And
the dog that I like tonight, I want him to be on the Pels. I just don't want to jump in front of Miami. That was the biggest.
Is CJ playing? Is CJ making his debut tonight?
Yeah, probable. That's why 4.5. It's just that there's a little many two strong factors that
Jimmy Butler not playing
has a little bit of an upper advantage here.
Hey, like I said, I cannot wait to see it. I really do hope that it works out.
The biggest one is so far this season. You can say this doesn't matter. I think it does. When they play with 2 days of rest, they're 8-0 straight up. 8-0 straight up when they're playing with 2 days of rest. 6-2 ATS. That's the one thing and the one angle that I looked where the Heat are rested on this road trip because they are on the road trip. They're over 3 consecutive road games right now. So that's where I thought it could be a spot. 2 days to get ready. Pels is the lean.
I love that. And I love the Patty Mills prop tonight. Points, 3-pointers. Points are probably the easiest look, but I mean, he's going to get free reign to take whatever shots he wants. How about them Lakers? A joke. They're a joke.
We joked about trying to be on the Blazers last night.
Right. And I said the game would be close for no fucking reason. And it was close for absolutely no reason. It was that game had no business being close.
Was it? That's one of the 2 dogs wins since like Sunday or whatever. It's like 26-2 at this point or something stupid like that.
Yeah, it's been insane. So.
All right, other trades. What about the Dinwiddie for Porzingis trade? Make that make sense to me.
It's actually a brilliant trade for Dallas. See, the thing is, I think people don't really watch Dallas Mavericks basketball games. And if you've watched them play, they're a good basketball team. They're a strategically built basketball team, and they're a strategically executing basketball team.
Why do you think their games have gone under the entire season?
Right. People want it to look pretty, but they don't understand the game. What you have, the key with team sports is getting players to buy in to a role. And they've gotten to that with all of their players in 6 months with Jason Kidd as their coach. They got guys who are willing to do their jobs and play the game the way that the coach tells him to. This is a great move for Dallas. You get Porzingis off the books, who's on a max deal that doesn't expire until after next season. Huge deal. That's really big because it opens up the ability to get someone in the offseason because you'll have money available. People don't watch basketball. Reggie Bullock's been balling. He's been balling. And no one cares because he's not the sexy name. But if you're telling me that one team got Evan Fournier for 72 M's and one team got Reggie Bullock for half of that, who the fuck would you take on your team?
And you know what the funniest part is? Reggie Bullock's picking up for the Tim Hardaway Jr. slack right now too, which is right. Where did he come from?
That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't
Brunson
watch
off the bench too. He runs kid's system to a T.
Again, people don't watch basketball. You think it's an accident that point guards are performing well while being coached by Jason Kidd? Like that surprises you guys?
You wanna see I want to call a shot for like 15 years or 25 years down the line. Brunson will probably win an NBA championship as a head coach.
Listen, Jalen.
I know he will definitely be a head coach because it's in the family. He's already talks and acts like a coach. He's 100% going to be a head coach.
I agree. The Marvin Bagley to the Pistons trade. Listen, bro, you're talking to a guy who, bro, they drafted Marvin Bagley over Luka Doncic and Trae Young. Like, that entire organization should be put out and to pasture like Old Yeller.
I was about to say it's glad Bagley got out of Sacramento, but going to Detroit could be good.
I mean, I don't know where going to Detroit is probably good for like Eminem and T Grizzly and people who are famous from there, but I don't wish that on any athlete, to be totally honest with you, unless not an athlete. If you're a rapper, maybe. Shout out to Boldy James and Babyface Ray. Babyface Ray's new album. Fire.
Yeah. Arlene yesterday we said you got to fire it up to Anthony because he dropped the 3 points. It was 20.5 last night, and he got 29 after 5 straight games at 19. Do we like Doncic over 9.5 assists? Probably could just be a blowout. That's the only factor there. Lowry, 21.5 PRA. Really don't have the feel on that one.
Yeah, I got nothing on Lowry. I don't bet on Fat Man. Not me.
Any other trade you want to talk about?
Sneaky nice move by the Celtics picking up Derek White.
I thought you were going to say bringing back Tease.
Yeah, I like that move. I love that move. I like the Dinwiddie move to Dallas. I really do. I mean, hey, listen, sometimes you show up somewhere and which the way you move just don't fit the players or just don't fit the team. I think he showed up in Washington. He didn't get along with the people in the building, and it just caused for a bad relationship from the start. I think that Spencer Dinwiddie goes to Dallas and he fulfills his role and enters that realm of being a role player and understanding that he's not the alpha and he's not the man. And I think that he's going to go to Dallas and thrive. I think that's one of the best. I think hands down the best move of any team is CJ McCollum. I think CJ McCollum is the best move of any team. Second for me would be James Harden. To get a top 10 player and pair him with Joel Embiid, I don't think any other team made a better move that impacts their championship chances than getting James Harden.
I was about to say the one move that I hate to give respect for. I think the Raptors made a decent move picking up Thad.
He's like 88 years old.
33.
Lord God, how is it a good move when he's a free agent in 3 months, bro? Like how? I mean, unless he's buying into Sacramento for a max deal, it wouldn't be in his best interest to stay there. That organization is AIDS.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Shout out to Reek's tweet. But other than that, make sure to give our episode today a like. If you're tuning in late, I don't know why they'd be listening to the end, so I don't have to say. We started the bets at 11, so if you're at the 11-minute mark, 3 college hoops plays from myself. Sosa gave you 2 NBA plays. I threw in a 4th NBA play because you got to keep the 4 plays a day rolling. Thank you, Doug. This was your first show. We appreciate it. We hope you keep tapping in with us. If you're reoccurring, we definitely appreciate you. Tomorrow, we'll have some Super Bowl talk to get off the NBA. That's why we're bringing our main man, Roddy. We'll probably get the NBA with him as well. But give us a like, and we're out.
Fuck Ben Simmons.